one night I was out working at a club, had the side piece with me, figured to bring her home. Let's have a good time. And when I got there, I opened the door and all the furniture was gone.
Yes!
All the furniture was gone. And she left me like the nastiest note about being a cheater and all that stuff.
I love this
And
bad bitch.
Woody Show.
And into another new hour. It is the Woody Show. Woody, Greg, Menace,
yeah.
Gina Grad,
Yeah.
Seabass, Sammy,
Hello.
the newest member of the crew, Jeff G,
Right.
Hey.
is here. Somebody on social media, it was funny that you were talking about whatever, one of the videos. If you're not following us on social media, you should, but we post those studio videos every day. And, one of the comments said, man, I really enjoyed the addition of Jeff G to the lineup. When is Jeff going to be doing one of the 10 questions, get to know you segments? And it's so funny that you said it because we already had it on the books.
What?
Yeah. So we're going to get to know Jeff G a little bit better. Everybody here on the show has done this. When we did it originally is because we had heard about, it's this old thing. It's like from 97 or something. These researchers, a husband and wife team of psychologists, they got together. They published a paper about these experiments they did where strangers asked each other sets of questions designed to, like, could two strangers, not knowing anything before, could they just fall in love if they spent the time to answer what there ended up being 36 personal questions, each intended to become increasingly probing, stimulating closeness, intimacy, and ultimately love. And they tried it with real people, and it worked. These two complete strangers just fell in love, kind of, bypassing the typical, flow of a conversation or, over a certain number of dates. Like, you just sit down, you answer, the other person answers, and you go through the entire thing, and you spend time to be thoughtful and really, really answer the question. Now, we're not going to go through all 36. We gave Jeff the same 10 questions that each person on this show has answered in the past for the 10 question segment. But Jeff, are you ready?
Sure, why not?
All right. So Jeff G, take some time here. Tell us about your life. Give us your life story in as much detail as you can. In that, we'll give you 3 minutes.
3 minutes?
Yes, sir.
All right. So starting off, 53, married with a couple kids. 2 teenagers. One is in college. One is a senior in high school. Parents were together for about 3 years or so before my dad left my mom for his side piece. Good times. By the way, my mom was 9 months pregnant when my dad bailed with my little brother.
That sucks.
So good times there as well. Raised by a single mom and my grandma, of course. Went through all the typical struggles that a single mom does. I know, Gina, and I know, Woody, my mom eventually remarried when I was around 13 or so, and you know how stepdad stuff goes. That was always hard in the beginning, and it wasn't very easy, but he ended up being a really good dude, and we got a really great relationship now. And I'm thankful for that. My dad did come back around, which wasn't easy as well. I think I was like in high school when he came back around, and I really wasn't here for it. I was kind of like, yeah, great, now you show up. But it ended up being cool. I tried, he tried. And he ended up passing away though in like 1990 because of stomach cancer. He got from Agent Orange in Vietnam. So we had some time together. So it was cool.
We usually save a bunch of questions till the end, but I will ask, like the relationship never quite got there?
It was cool. A lot of resentment, you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But
did you ever get to a place where it's like, okay.
I think after he passed, I got to that place. It took me some time and some some therapy and all that good stuff to kind of just forgive, So, but it's all good, I think that everything happens for a reason, and he did his best to come back, and he tried, So I got to give him credit for that. Let's see what else. Speaking of high school and around that time, I was just like every other person in radio. I was the jackass and the class clown. Made a lot of questionable choices in Friends. Sold party favors, if you know what I mean. Was in a crew that was gang adjacent. So, I got into
real trouble.
I got into trouble, but luckily I was able to hold down a job and graduate and all that stuff. So I kind of lived 2 lives almost, in high school. But it all worked out. After high school, I, stayed working, full time. Promoted clubs in Hollywood, kind of still hung around with some questionable people after high school as well.
Well, you work in radio.
Yeah.
You're hanging around with
Yeah.
questionable
Change.
people
That seems
all
to
the
be
time.
it seems to be the one constant in my life.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to clubs, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Then, so I couldn't, kind of stop the hustle, I guess. And I ended up getting busted scamming credit cards when I was like in my very early 20s. Yeah.
Wow.
That was you?
We would basically like lift the credit card numbers, and then we had people in a bunch of different stores, and we'd go spend other people's money there and either
Wow.
flip them or keep them depending
Wait,
on
so
what it
you
was.
got caught or you never got
I got caught. Yeah, I got caught.
Oh my God.
I got caught, and I ended up pleading down to a misdemeanor because no one snitched. God bless them for that. And anyways, I ended up cleaning the freeways and prison buses for like a year. I think it was like 37 weekends or something like that. So that taught me the only lesson I needed to know. Never got in any trouble after that. Totally straightened myself out, which, again, everything happens for a reason, right? So never did any dirt after that, and I'm kind of proud of it. Trying to think what else. Where does that bring me? I did write a couple things down. So I it was weird. Like that time, I was in so much trouble, but at the same time, like my career was starting to go a little bit. So I got into radio.
Yep.
I was working at night and then going to the, to the Caltrans yards to, do my freeway work in the morning. And then I ended up, my first job, I was an intern, then kind of, did the thing, worked my way up from overnights.
A lot of
to
similar stories in radio.
nights and all that stuff. Ended up moving to Vegas to do radio for like 6 months. Station was sold. Someone here in LA heard I was a free agent, so they hired me, which was cool. I was working in Vegas and in LA at the same time, driving back and forth on the weekends.
Wow.
Damn.
And doing all that.
That's a commute.
Yeah, that's a commute. Yeah. So, I mean, it was cool, but honestly, I'm very thankful for it because when you get a great opportunity after you've been effing up, you really appreciate the opportunity. And so I just really dedicated myself to doing the best I could in radio, man. And I've been really super lucky in that regard. Produced shows for Snoop and Ice-T and Quick. Also worked, covered the Dodgers and Lakers for a decade. Able to work with Nike and Kobe Bryant, releasing all his shoes and doing a bunch of events with him. And yeah, it's just, I've been really, really lucky. As I mentioned, married for 20 years in a month. I'll be married. Not my first marriage though.
Really?
Yeah,
Same.
very much like
Jeff
Woody.
and I have a lot of parallels.
I'm writing stuff down that I need to circle back to.
As we got to know each other, it was really interesting. Like how much parallel from career track to different like things that we did like in our come up in the career.
Yeah.
Things that maybe we got into kids and just kind of the same general
Woody was a bad kid too.
vibe and attitude.
A terrible kid.
Not like not stuff like that,
pretty
but
close.
Yeah, well,
yeah,
I
but
mean,
anyway, yeah. it's
Yeah,
just
so
true.
I mean, I think that that marriage was just one of those ones where I tried to do right by her.
How
and,
old were you?
Blah blah blah. 24, 25, kind of that area. Yeah.
yeah, same.
So no kids from that marriage. She was awesome, and it was a real cool split. And she's doing her thing, I'm doing mine. And to now I have, like I said, 2 kids. I got 3 dogs. And you want any more fun facts?
Well, we're getting to know Jeff G, asking him questions from that team of researchers, the husband and wife psychologists who did that thing back like the late 90s. They published a whole paper on it about these experiments where they had strangers asking each other sets of questions that was designed to foster intimacy. And to just look whether, these 2 strangers could be, compatible with each other. Or they end up falling in love with each other just by answering this specific set of 36 personal questions, and each intended to become increasingly probing. And and it worked. They wrote a whole thing about it. New York Times did an article about it.
It led to probing.
Yeah, it did. It did. Like we're giving him a bunch of different questions here. There are 36 of them. We're not getting to all 36, but he answered the big one where we said, "Hey, man, tell us your life story in as much detail as possible." And we gave him 3 minutes. We went a little longer than that, but we got to know Jeff a little bit, a little background on Jeff. So, all right, here we go. You ready for the rest of the questions here? Sure. All right. So next one. If you could change anything about the way you were raised, what would it be?
Oh, that's so easy. Not be such a F up when I was younger.
Yeah.
Put my mom through a bunch of unnecessary stress, right? Like, yeah. And I mean, when you're young, you're trying to figure it out, trying to find yourself and, dealing with the no dad, stepdad, all that stuff. You're just trying to figure it out. And unfortunately, I figured it out in all the wrong ways. And I was dumb. So, I wouldn't put her through that. Now, being a parent, God bless her for dealing with me. I don't know how I stayed in there so long in that house.
And then how did things go with your stepdad? Do you guys have a?
Yeah, we're great. Yeah, he's awesome, man. We talk all the time. Everything's really cool. Unfortunately, he's getting older now. He has Alzheimer's and stuff, and it sucks. But he's a good dude, man.
All right.
Good dude. I give him a lot of credit. It's not easy taking on somebody else's kids.
And they're
know?
still together?
Yeah, they're still together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3: For what in your life do you feel most grateful?
Oh, super easy. My family, my kids, man. I'm so proud of them. They're awesome. They're good kids that are opposite of me, which is great. They are very, very good kids. And of course, my wife too. Family. That's number one and most thankful and most grateful for.
Question number 4 for Jeff G. When did you last cry in front of another person or by yourself?
Probably when I dropped my kid off at college and we were flying back because my wife was just a wreck. So I'm trying to console her, and then I start crying, and then everyone on the plane is staring at us like, what the F's going on with them?
Yeah. See, my wife and I hear about this kind of stuff, and we can't imagine anything other than joy.
Well, there was some joy there, but yeah, I mean, I'm trying to console her, and you know how it is when, when someone yawns, you yawn. Yeah. So that was kind of the thing. I was crying too. Yeah.
Yeah. Question number 5. Do you have a secret hunch about how you'll die?
Man, not really. I don't really. I've never really thought about it.
See, Greg thinks about it all the time.
I don't like. I feel like if I die, I die. You know, I mean, it is what it is. I've had a great life, very interesting life. So I have no problem with it. Hopefully, it's during sex. That would be kind of awesome, right? I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, bro.
Heart attack.
Why not, right?
Yeah.
I mean, doing something you love.
Yeah, let's hope.
Share an embarrassing moment in your life. This is the question I think Gina Grad's been the most excited about.
Yes.
Question number 6.
Can't wait.
Share an embarrassing moment in your life.
And I will not disappoint you, Gina, with this one. So one time when I first started radio, I did have a girlfriend at the time, right? And she probably lived, 40 miles away or so. So we didn't see each other a lot. And she actually had a kid. So she was very deep into what she was doing. And I was just starting radio and club gigs and the whole thing and having a great time. And yes, I was cheating because I was a POS. You know what I mean? So, and she was really nice at the time because I had an apartment where I lived, and she actually had a bunch of furniture and stuff. So she let me, have her furniture that she wasn't using that was in storage. So she basically, furnished the apartment, and here I am cheating, like an
on
a-hole,
that
right?
furniture.
On that furniture. Yeah, on that furniture. So one night I was out working at a club, had the side piece with me, figured to bring her home. Let's have a good time. And when I got there, I opened the door and all the furniture was gone.
Yes!
All the furniture was gone. And she left me like the nastiest note about being a cheater and all that stuff.
I love this
and
bad bitch.
so not only
girlfriend.
not only was all my furniture gone, but I didn't get any action that night. It was horrible.
Damn.
The funny part about that though is that side piece and we kind of went out a little bit after that, so we remained cool, and we still kind of like keep in light contact, and we still laugh about that moment like all the time. She's like, I can't believe we walked in and there was nothing in there. I mean, bro, the fridge, the couch, like everything.
Wow,
The
how long were you
fridge?
gone?
The fridge. Well, I mean, she, I don't know. I don't even, she must have
Swooped in and took it all.
I mean,
Yeah.
did she have ops? Like, how did she
I guess
find out?
she-
Because this
He's
is
at
like,
the club.
I'm sure this pre.
Yeah, I don't know. She must have been
Cell phone
stalking it for a while
Yeah,
and
yeah.
doing some research. Yeah,
Damn.
Damn.
that's a great story.
Yeah.
I deserved it.
All right. Question
Never
number
cheated
7.
again after that, by the way, Gina.
Okay,
For the record.
thank you.
Question number 7. Getting to know Jeff G. What, if anything, is too serious to be joked about?
Only I can make fun of my kids. You can't. I tease them as much as I can. I give them a hard time about stuff, but yeah, they're not your kids, so don't make fun of them.
Yeah, like make fun of them how?
Nice.
Like what do you mean?
I don't know, just like judge them or whatever, big head. I don't know. I mean,
Oh, I
just
see.
you know what I mean. Like only I can make fun of them. My kids are off limits.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why I don't put them in it, post them in anything.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
mind your business.
Yeah, I've said that a
lot
lot.
of us are like
We signed up for this job.
Yeah,
We signed up to be, out
Ridiculed
there and
commented on.
yeah, our business and,
Yeah.
and things like that. They didn't necessarily sign up for that. Now you can tell a story from the perspective of a parent.
yes, correct.
Right.
And I
Yeah.
share that stuff all the time.
exactly,
Yeah, of
because
course.
that's stuff that people like. There's comfort in knowing that other people go through the same kind of stuff as parents. Like
And if your
Correct.
kid acted
Shared
like an
experience,
idiot, they
yeah.
acted like an idiot.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like I said, I could call them that all day, but
yeah, yeah. All right. Question number 8. Your house, containing everything you own, catches fire. Now, after saving your loved ones, pets, all that kind of stuff, okay, you have time to safely make one final dash to save any one item. What would it be and why?
They would be pictures. Pictures of my grandmother and my sister. Now, my sister passed away when she was 6 months old, and my grandma died during COVID. And as I mentioned, she raised me. I didn't even get to go to her funeral, which completely sucked. But I have a printed picture of me and my grandma that I love, love, love. With me and my kids, and then I have a picture of my sister when she was just a baby, and they're kind of like on an ofrenda, which is like, the offering, like you put that. You've all seen Coco,
Yeah.
So it's there with some other stuff from my dad and a bunch of other things. So that would be the first thing. I grabbed those two pictures because I don't have digital copies of them.
How old were you when your sister died?
I wasn't even born yet, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, she was older than me. So, but I've heard a ton of stuff from my mom, and to me, she's like my
She's family.
guardian angel.
Of course.
Yeah, for sure. She watches over.
You should get those digitized.
Yeah,
I
like
should. I'm
today.
lagging.
super easy.
Or
Like,
take a photo.
considering
of
that's
it.
the answer to that question,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
lagging
then you can
on
pick
that.
something else.
dude, then you could do that like today.
Yeah.
And maybe Tyler will get a tattoo of him.
Yeah. All
So he's
right.
looking for ideas.
Question number 9 for Jeff G as we get to know him. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, anything else, what would you want to know?
I'd want to know where I'm going to retire. Like where specifically, right? I don't think
Yeah.
it'll be here in the U.S. Like my wife and I have talked about it, but so I'd wonder where I'd end up after this is all done.
But just the top of your mind, you said, not in the United States. So where?
Portugal, Italy, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Maybe South America. I don't know. Like we don't have like a set place. All we know is like I think we want to just do something different.
It's up and leave.
And I won't go on House Hunters at all.
Oh, man.
Well, House Hunters International, Greg and I both agree.
Yeah,
it's the worst one.
It's
Yeah,
depressing.
it is.
They
Yeah.
never
It's
buy
depressing.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they buy stuff, but it's just not to our standards.
No. All right. Question number 10. 10 questions with Jeff G. If you could have anyone in the world as a dinner guest, who would it be?
I would pick Adam Sandler. And I know you could say
Out
like,
of everybody.
Out of everybody, yeah. Why
Yeah,
not
I
someone that could teach you how to be rich, like Warren Buffett or whatever? But Adam Sandler in my household is the GOAT. Because, I mean, I think of all of our movie nights and all the things I did with my kids and, whatever. And we were always watching Adam Sandler and all the movies that he did. And it's just the laughs and the sense of humor. And the great part is I wouldn't have to get dressed up for dinner because he doesn't
Yeah,
dress
right.
up, right?
Yeah, totally.
And we could talk sports, which is awesome. And he just seems like a really good dude, man. And if you're, again, I would like to have all the advice on how to get rich, but I'd like to laugh more, and, and just thank him for all the great memories that he provided for our family. It's cool. I know it's corny, but
What's your favorite
No,
Adam
not
Sandler
at all.
movie or the
there's
family favorite?
So many. I think Just Go With It we like the
Oh.
best because it's just funny.
We're Billy Madison people.
That's a great movie.
Follow-up question. You talked about some of the stuff you got into when you were a kid, like, getting in trouble stuff. What was the worst trouble you've ever been in?
Well, that was it.
Was that just the bottom? Was that like the rock bottom moment, or was that just like the final straw?
That was the final
Was that the
straw.
worst trouble?
Yeah,
that
for
was the worst
sure.
trouble.
Yeah, having your mom drop you off at at jail sucks. You know what I mean? Like that sucks.
Wait, is that to like do
Yeah.
your? So how?
I had to turn myself in.
Okay. Yeah.
So so she
And
dropped
they
me
do
off,
the
and she
process
said figure it out,
everything?
figure out how to get home on your own.
Good for
Wow.
her.
Yeah. So
now was the cops so I had to turn myself in once for like this assault charge I was getting, and then they
What?
read me. Yeah, I remember when
Assault
I
charge.
got in
What'd
that
you do?
fight and I broke
Oh.
that guy's nose. And
Oh,
then,
yeah.
So
okay.
the cops were coming to my house looking for me, and my
Mhm.
mom told me. So then I had to go turn myself in, and then they read me my rights and did all that stuff.
the process, yeah.
But were they looking for you? Like, how do you know to turn yourself
Someone
in?
had said like, I don't remember who it was, to be honest with you. I try to block that stuff out as much
Yeah.
as possible. But someone kind of said, hey, we're either going to come pick you up or you could turn yourself in. It was probably the sheriff at that point. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Did you have to
Yeah.
turn your head and cough?
Uh,
Squat?
Yeah, I did a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you see stuff on TV, and you're like, oh, is that real?
Yeah.
Did they really
Yeah.
do stuff like that?
It wasn't fun.
Yeah. At least I lucked out because my friends videotaped it and it showed that the guy hit me first. So
Oh,
I got
good for
out-
you.
I got out of it.
So you said you had a bunch of different jobs and things, but like, say radio hadn't worked out for you, what do you think you would have ended up doing?
I always wanted to be a teacher. For
What
some
kind of
reason.
teacher?
I don't know. Like I like history.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like history and stuff like that. I could probably be a decent PE coach
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
if they take overweight ones.
All
But
You don't look overweight.
No.
but
you
yeah,
look
probably
like
a
in shape.
teacher. I actually did like some stuff in college. Took some precursor courses for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never really worked out.
Seabass says it's really easy.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you have
that's
to
what I
do
heard.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
she's
But
got-
then
going
he'd
to it
hate me,
blind,
which would
yeah.
suck.
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah,
know?
right. There's really any other follow-up questions for
I
Jeff?
mean, Jeff, like I know you had a relationship, a loose relationship with Kobe Bryant,
Uh-huh.
and like, did that start like right when he moved to Los Angeles? Like, how did that even happen?
No, it happened through a great friend of mine, JC, who worked for Nike, and we kind of became friends. And he would do like his shoe drops, so the Kobe 5 or 6 or whatever shoes would drop, and they would do like a debut, and someone would host it, and that ended up being me for quite a few, which was pretty awesome. And then I did some of his other events, like his 30,000 point celebration at Venice Beach, and just like the nicest human being ever. And his family was just the nicest human beings ever. And we, when I was covering the team, she introduced me to him, and we would, have conversations. We talk about everything but basketball, right? We talk about kids and, and soccer and everything else. And that's kind of how we bonded. And, we built a little trust there and had a good working relationship. But he was great, man. Just a great dude, a pro. Sent flowers when my wife had my first baby.
Oh, damn.
Like, just a good dude, man. Just a really good dude. I miss him a lot, man. That was tough.
This has nothing to do with Kobe, but just a behind the scenes follow-up question. You seem like a total manly man. So when and why and how did your nuclear obsession with hand sanitizer start?
That's a great question.
You do it every 5
That's a
seconds.
great
And you
question.
spray the microphone, and I've been
OCD.
wanting to know this for a while.
Okay.
I haven't noticed that yet.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no,
every
super,
2 seconds.
Yeah,
Really?
It's really bad.
It
I
seems
didn't
like
notice
something
that
you
yet.
would not
Well,
care
I
about.
have OCD for sure. Like that's a guarantee. Self, diagnosed, of course, WebMD. But what had happened is my mom, probably about 14 years ago, had a kidney transplant. So her kidneys went out. And when she started to go through all that stuff, she started doing that. And then every time I would go visit her, she'd be like, make sure you do that.
gotta do it.
Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that. So I kind of got, how doctors do it probably like without even
Scrub in.
thinking. Yeah, if you've watched,
Yeah.
The Pit or whatever. So I've kind of, when that happened, I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it, doing it and doing it. And I just, I haven't
Surprised your
stopped.
hands aren't bleeding.
I know, so dry and
They're
cracked.
actually
They're
soft, Greg. You can hold them anytime.
Baby soft. What was your favorite party favor to partake in?
I never really did.
Oh, you didn't get high on your own
No,
supply.
No. No,
Oh.
definitely. I only smoke weed and drank, and I don't really do hardly either of those now.
And do your kids know about your past?
Some of them, some of it. They
Yeah.
didn't know. They didn't know I had another wife, so they don't now. Wow. I just never had the reason to
Wait,
tell them.
even to this day, they
Yeah.
didn't know. Really?
Yeah, I just never really had a reason to tell them.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know.
I do have a question though. We talked about you having a previous wife. When and how did you meet your current wife?
My brother had a party for like his 30th birthday or something. I remember, and she went with her friend who happened to work with my brother, and that's how we met.
Cute.
Yeah, she had no idea what I did. She could care less. We just kind of vibed, and everything was cool.
I have to ask because of your previous story. Were you married at the time when you
No,
met?
no,
Oh, yeah.
I learned my lessons.
Yeah. And she knows about the other chick with like the apartment and the things getting cleared out. As far as like you said, like you still keep in touch with her from time to time.
Yeah, but light stuff. Like I think we follow each other on Instagram, and she's like, "Hey, hope you're doing well, whatever,
Yeah.
blah blah blah," or congrats, and stuff like that. But
Yeah, my wife would cut that out.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how your wife feels about that.
I don't know. She's very secure. Like she doesn't really. I mean, I don't know.
She didn't care.
She knows I
Yeah.
love her, man.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not doing it anymore. I'm washed now. Like I'm super washed.
Yeah,
Like I'm not going anywhere, man. You can find me. I'm at work or at home. That's it.
I'm looking at the list of the full 36 questions and things. And one that sticks out that I think this sounds like something Greg would do. I don't know if we've asked this question to any of the 10 questions people, but before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say and why? Like, I bet you Greg does.
If I have to make the call, I will avoid ordering dinner if it requires a phone call. I'll do anything to avoid
Yeah.
a phone
Before
call.
making a telephone call, do you rehearse what you are going to say and why?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes, because sometimes when I get nervous, I'll just talk a lot or whatever. So like, I just try to get my words straight.
Yeah.
Just try to get my words straight.
All right. Well, there it is. Jeff G.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
New member
Nice
of the,
follow-up question.
Yeah.
The Woody Show.
All right. Welcome back. I have some audio that I want Seabass to hear, but I'd like to locate Seabass first.
Hopefully
fun
he's
game.
Making
Yeah,
us
yeah.
food.
He's like, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
Did you find him? All right, all
Yeah.
right. He's coming in.
Nice.
Here, I wanted you to. Well, first, what would you think like if Jeff G became a teacher? Do you think he'd be a good teacher, Seabass?
Yeah, I think he's got his act together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know that was a requirement.
Not be insane.
Right. Yeah, not be insane, not be lazy. I think he's got the right attitude. And as our good friend Norm Macdonald has always said, to teach third graders,
Need a
gotta
fourth
be
grade education.
have a fourth grade education.
Cool, I qualify.
So yeah,
Even easier would be like if you, like you said, like be like a gym teacher or something like
Oh yeah.
athletics.
Yeah.
I'd be sad because Seabass wouldn't respect me though, man.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a lot of love
That's
for
what we all
teachers.
strive for.
Again, that's an oversimplification.
You have
But
an
anyways,
iPhone or an Android?
Oh, iPhone, of course.
iPhone. All right. Well, that's another point of contention with Seabass. He's
Not a
very
point-
much in the Android camp.
Not a
There's the Android iPhone thing. There's always battles.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people they decide what they want to rep, and it's not important. What?
not a point of contention. I just pointed out for years that iPhones were more expensive and excluded you intentionally, thinking about charging cables and all that kind of stuff. You buy stuff in the iTunes store, it costs more than you buy that subscription. Let's say you're getting like a YouTube membership or something. They're upcharging and excluding and overcharging you in all different ways. The whole texting thing, that wasn't, Menace would argue for years, when Seabass sends me photos, they're all garbled. Not because Androids take bad photos, but because iPhones were intentionally throttling the data transmission.
I did not know
I-
that. That's interesting.
I will disagree on the photo thing because by the time it gets on social, it looks terrible.
The specs and the processing is all there. Like
Yeah, I
the,
didn't know
number,
that.
the
it
numbers
looks
are all
great.
there.
On
So
your,
you're- so
it
Menace,
looks
what
great
you're-
on your own phone.
So what you're saying, Menace, like when you have an Android, take a picture, you post it on Instagram. That photo is not going to look as good on Instagram as it would if it was taken with an iPhone.
Yes.
What do you
People
think?
are going to
It's not
argue
sharp.
back and forth or whatever, but it just won't.
Right. Well, regardless, my point was always that iPhones were, again, intentionally more expensive and intentionally exclusionary.
I agree. I mean, nobody can.
But they're
Yeah.
worth it because they're
Disagree
easier
with
to use.
Well, yeah, and
They're just
also,
so easy.
but it's not like Androids are impossible. It's not like I'm gonna have to.
They're
Well, it
pretty
seems
good.
I don't
like
have to do any
every single event we go to,
This is true.
and people want to take photos, like even the
sometimes
person,
their own phone.
Even the
yeah,
Android
their own
person's like,
phone, they can't
"Wait,
figure out
what?"
how to take a photo.
It's it's a one button.
Well,
Anyway, regardless.
yeah.
Let me ask you, do you have some kind of like do you have a profile of people who have iPhones?
I mean, it's so ubiquitous these days. Not anymore, but it is. It is the easier, simpler person.
Does that say something about it? Yeah. So
I
as
mean,
a person,
it doesn't really say anything these days because
Okay.
it's just so easy to get. I mean, it's
because I wanted to bring up some audio that we found where this is a landlord and he owns a number of properties and he won't rent, like straight up will not rent to Android users.
What? Is that
that's-
can you do that?
That is illegal.
No, it's not
How
illegal.
would he
You actually
know?
can because that, like whether you have an Android or an iPhone is not a protected.
You're not a protected class.
Yeah, exactly.
That is discrimination.
which he explains. Here's a little clip.
All right,
As
let's
of
listen.
October of last year, we have not placed any Android using tenants in any of my portfolios across 4 different states, 715 properties. They are disproportionately evicted. They get incarcerated at a much higher rate, combined with the fact that they unalive or get unalive at a much higher rate than iPhone users. These are just statistics. This is empirical data that I have in my portfolio that me and my property managers review on a quarterly basis. I don't care if you got a Google Samsung S24, S2000 with VTech. It doesn't matter if it was $1,500. The vast majority of Android users, they have these $24 box flip phones with Boost Mobile that I can't even keep on month to month. They make for terrible tenants. They get evicted at a much higher rate. So we only put iPhone users in my portfolio. Fortunately, device type is not a protected class in the United States, so federally you're not protected, so I can discriminate you between Android, iPhone, doesn't matter what it is. If you don't have iPhone, you're not in my portaffolio. Super simple.
Oh my
wow.
god! So does he just check it out by like texting them, and if it comes back green,
Green.
or blue? Yeah.
I was in a bad area.
Oh yeah, right.
What he's
I
talking
swear, it went through as a text message. I was that's a mess.
That's crazy.
and he's lying because if you have like a S26 Ultra, you have a very expensive phone.
But he doesn't care.
He said he knows that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
those are not the people getting arrested, et cetera, et cetera. But he's correct in that any kind of disposable flip phone, etc., isn't going to be
Well, you could buy
iPhone.
You could buy Go phone that are iPhones, like the iPhone 13. I think I saw it either at Walmart or Target or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
you can.
It was with all the other
Yeah.
like prepaid phone
iPhones?
options.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an iPhone.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not the go. It's not the standard. Like if you have to go out of your way to do that.
Yeah, I'm saying, but it's with all those other prepaid,
Yeah.
It's just
phone
not-
options.
It's definitely not the top selling
Right.
phone
Exactly.
in that.
Yeah. So he's not wrong that is the operating system of your track phone, crack phone,
And I've shared
trap phone.
and I've shared this story 100 times when I was sitting with some app developers who were developing a dating app, and I go, "Hey, so are you going to release the Android version?" They're like, we'll get to it, but ugly people have Androids."
Wow.
That's their words, not mine,
Yeah.
people.
That's not wrong either. In that basic, like if you're a hot, dumb 22-year-old girl, you're not going to buy an Android. You're just going to get an iPhone because it's the easy thing to do. Then all your friends have it. That's not wrong.
Yeah, I just don't know why people get so personally invested in what other people have.
use
like
whatever
if
you want.
you like the Android and you like the iPhone,
Yeah.
well then who cares? If you like Xbox and you like PlayStation, I mean, even like in this business, when it comes to audio editing software, people are so territorial. Oh, I'm a Pro Tools guy. Oh,
that's true.
I'm an Adobe guy. I'm a whatever. There's 1,000 different programs, and they'll sit there and like think less of you.
If you don't know how to use
Yeah,
a
it's like
certain
it's
one,
taken
yeah.
so personally. Like,
Judgy.
dude, who cares?
Well, I'm telling you that I'm a hero because I married Andy knowing he had an Android,
Yeah.
and
Ooh,
and we're
Not
still
everybody's
together.
perfect.
I know.
And look,
Yeah.
and that's largely gone over the past year or two. They've Apple has been forced to essentially unlock their messaging thing now.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
videos and photos and stuff
So-
like that. They're not throttling them anymore.
It's cool.
And Apple moved to the USB-C adapter
Yes,
cord.
finally.
Yeah,
Because
that was also another challenge, right?
well, yeah, exactly, because you had to.
That sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
They had the
Because they
lightning
were
cable.
Yeah.
they were intentionally locking you out, overcharging you. So
Yeah.
that's people like myself are just saying, hey, we want freedom. If you don't like freedom, that's on you.
Free Seabass.
877-44 Woody. Text us over to 22987. More Woody shows next.
The Woody Show. Be back in a bit.